What's up YouTube? For tonight's video we have a full non-damaging move team. Basically this means I cannot use any attacking moves apart from status moves and things like that. So this was quite a challenge. As usual guys, make sure you leave your theme suggestions in the comment section below. You can leave your, if you've got an original one, leave it in the comment section too. You may be picked for a Mystery Monday. Okay, now this team, the battles were very long, obviously because I could only use status moves, right? And some I actually had a battle that was 90 turns long, but it didn't turn out to be a very good battle. It just took that long to get past my team. Okay, anyway, this was quite interesting. So we have a Pachirisu lead here. I'm going to block it in there. Now, this Lapras is a max health, split special defense and defense Perisong blocker set. I was going to use Whirlpool, but I didn't, like I said, I didn't want to use any attacking moves, so it was pretty cool that it got blocked. Right, I've got Rest on this, I've got Chesto Berry, and I've got Protect. Okay, so this Pachirisu is using Iron Tail on me, and I got a defense drop. I'm like, okay, what the hell? So the perish count finally falls to 1. I swap out here, so I'm like, oh, this is cool. I can just swap into my Torkoal here, take that Iron Tail, and it has U-turn. So I kind of figured it might have Volt Switch or U-turn. It's quite a common move on it, but so that sucked. That wasn't a very good start there. I probably should have saved that to a little bit later, but whatever. I'd done this team about 5 or 6 battles already, so I really wanted to try and get a decent battle. Okay, so setting up Stealth Rocks here. I thought any traps and stuff would be handy too. I mean, that's not attacking still, that counts as status. Right, so this, I'll go through that Torkoal in a bit. So back into the Lapras here. Okay, so I get hit by Acrobatics, which doesn't do too much to me here. Now, I went for Rest here to get my Chesto Berry off, but I get paralyzed, so that's my Lapras down there, so Parahax really wrecked me there, which sucks. I could have got my Chesto Berry back, and I could have done the whole Perisong trapping thing on another Pokemon. Now, one of the best Pokemon on my team, I've used this guy a lot of times, my Dusknoir set works very well, especially this sort of thing, and it works very nicely at causing swaps. Okay, so I took I believe that was a Shadow Claw, then a Curse, so I'm basically down to a tiny bit of health here. Now I'm going to get critted by Acrobatics. I just live. I'm able to get the Paint Split off here, which works very nicely. Now this Dusknoir causes a lot of swaps due to Curse, and it's very bulky in nature. So you have the Curse up, and if they're staying in, they're going to get hit by Curse. If they swap out, they're going to get hit by Stealth Rock and other things that you set up. So it's quite good there. Okay, into Torkoal now. I thought I'd go for some type of fire move there, so I take that nicely. I'm running a max health, max defense set on this Torkoal, and the Sympathy is going to go down to the Curse there. I mean, it would have gone down to Stealth Rock damage anyway, so I'd say that's why they didn't swap out there. Okay, so Herdier comes in here. Now, I've got on this set, I've got Will-o-wisp, I've got Amnesia, I've got Attract, and I had Stealth Rock. So this is a more of a stalling set. I probably could have put Rest on here for longevity, but it didn't. Yeah, that did really annoy me there, and then I probably should have put that on. Anyway, so I get flinched by Ice Fang there, which does nothing, but Leftovers actually recovers more than Ice Fang did, which was quite funny. So Herdier's pretty much wrecked there. It can't do any damage to me at all. Now Arbok comes in, and it's got the Intimidate ability, which was interesting. So I'm like, okay, it must have Rest or something like that. I set Amnesia up anyway on the swap there. Okay, so I've got over half health, things going pretty well. Now Arbok is going to go for the Coil. So the problem was, as well with this team, I was getting set up on big time because I could only use moves. Stuff like Taunt was wrecking me too. I was getting countered all over the shop. Rapid Spinners, it was bad. Okay, so I burned the Arbok there, so I thought, well, it's probably going to have Rest, so let's go into my Dusknoir here and see what it's got. It had a Razor Fang. I'm like, what the fuck? Anyway, so Earthquake doesn't do too much to me there. With that burn, it really does help, and Dusknoir's got crazy defenses too. Now, I was thinking I could go for a Curse here and just finish myself off, or I could go for a Pain Split. I decided to go for Curse here just to, get that Curse up on the Arbok. It would not encourage it from staying in and stuff. That's what I wanted to swap in case it had Rest. Alright, so it's nearly down here. As I said, I wasn't really sure whether it had rest at this point, but it didn't have rest. It's just going to go for the attacking move, Earthquake there. Still does quite a bit of damage to me there. Okay, setting up spikes here. I can set up some spikes. I've got Stealth Rock on the field already. They were just helpful to get damage off, whereas I had other things like I try to make it all of the sets different to have all sorts of status moves. Okay, so Hernia's going to come in here and get hit by like all the traps in the world, and it's going to go for the Retaliate. That burn definitely saved me there, otherwise I would have been toast. Okay, so I've got 2 layers of spikes up, that's good. I've got the Stealth Rocks up. Now it's going to go for the Fire Fang here. I just hang on to that one due to the burn again, and I've got 3 layers of spikes up and the Stealth Rock there, so that's really, really good. Any Pokemon swapping in are going to, a large chunk of their health is going to be going down. Okay, so Roselia's down. Now, I've lost 3 of my team, but that's not too bad. I've got a lot of traps up, and they've lost 3 of their team, so it's quite even at the moment. Okay, Bronzong comes in. This was a problem. This Smeagol was an interesting set. Now, I've got Block on this, I've got Dark Void, and I've got Nightmare, and I've got Recover, so it's quite an interesting set. Now, Bronzong actually tricks. I was meant to put a Focus Sash on this, right, but I accidentally put a Focus Band on it, so I'm like, oh my god, what a complete and utter failure. Anyway, so Bronzong has now got a Focus Band, which is interesting. Anyway, so I've got the Toxic Orb. I was expecting to get a different item to that, but that's alright. That's sort of going to hamper my Recover too. Okay, so I've put the Bronzong to sleep. I'm poisoned. He can't swap out. Now, I had a couple of blocking Pokemon too. Okay, so it's getting hit by Nightmare there. There's not much else I can do, just wait for the Nightmare to rack up in damage. It's going to wake up and go for the Heavy Slam. Bam! That's going to absolutely Shrek my Smeagol there. So that's I'm down to my last 2 Pokemon. Things, the battle is starting to heat up. All right, so Bronzong's going to go for the payback. It's going to do nothing. I'm going to fire off that Will-o-wisp there. I needed to get some sort of damage. I couldn't poison this thing. I had to burn it. Okay, so things are looking pretty good at the moment. Even if I had like Earthquake, I think I'd still be fine there. Okay, so Heavy Slam isn't going to do much there. Alright, so I thought let's set up Amnesia in case there's any other special Pokemon. I know there's Pachirisu. I know what the last Pokemon is, but some of these sets have been really out there, which is cool. I like that. They're the funnest battles. Okay, so Bronzong's going to go for the trick there. He's going to grab my leftovers and give me a Focus Band instead. So that was a good play there. Just nearly getting rid of that burn damage. Not quite, but it's really going to hamper my Torkoal's recovery. Okay, so I'm going to swap Torkoal out there and go into my Knockdown. Now, Knockdown worked nicely with the traps on the field as well. Now, this is my Psycho Shift Knockdown here, so I've got a Flame Orb on it, I've got Psycho Shift, so that's a status move too, so I can give Pokemon a burn. And damn, that Heavy Slam is really hurting there. And I've got Whirlwind and Roost on it, so it's doing lots of damage. Okay, so the best move I thought this could hit me with would be like Volt Switch or something. Like it could have T-Volt, but it goes for the U-turn there. I nearly did swap there. I was very close to, but I didn't end up swapping into Torkoal. So that's going to get some more damage, and Bronzong's going to die to that initial spikes and Stealth Rock damage. So that's down. Okay, so there's the Pachirisu left. That wasn't too much of a problem, so I thought, okay, I could either go for the Psycho Shift here or the Roost. I thought, let's go for the Psycho Shift because that'll be handy. Then it goes for Gunk Shot and takes me out. I'm like, what the fuck? So it's got Gunk Shot. So I'm down to my last Pokemon, which is my Torkoal. Right, so it's going to go for Nuzzle, of course it is. Oh, man. Okay, so I'm paralyzed, I get paralyzed. So I was going to go for the Will-o-wisp there. Okay, so now it's going to start throwing another bin at me. It doesn't do too much there. Will-o-wisp misses. I'm like, damn. So that's 2 turns I've done nothing for. These Gunk Shots are starting to rack up in damage. I've got no lefties recovery either. I don't have rest, so things were getting pretty desperate here. Okay, so Gunk Shot actually misses. And I get paralyzed again, so that sucks. I was actually going to go for an Amnesia this turn to try and boost my special defense. Gunk Shot's going to hit me again, and I get paralyzed again. So I was going for Amnesia both times, so I would have had, I would have been like really, really specially defensive. Okay, so Pachirisu's down. The last Pokemon is Quicktoon, so I'm like, okay, this is pretty good. I can definitely get past any of these moves, if it's a physical set. Then it uses Echo Voice. I'm like, oh no, that's a special set. What the fuck? Okay, so I've had those Amnesias up. I would have been fine. I was going to go for the Attract this turn, but Echo Voice is going to be enough. I was like, Focus Band, please kick in, but it didn't, and that's game. Hope you guys enjoy this one. Peace out.